It is boiling in the UK right now, hence why I'm wearing a vest. Even though it's only like 21 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but it's probably like nothing compared to a lot of people. I was planning on making like a documenting my planche and front lever video. However, I've been training for the past few days and I am so sore that I can't even like just retracting my scapula hurts my back. So I decided to make a different video because when I made this channel I wanted to document my progress, but I also wanted it to be like other videos, like more informative videos and stuff, and I thought I would talk about an experience I had and how I managed to get from the advanced tuck planche to the straddle planche. Now, I just want to make things very clear, this is not a tutorial video, and the reason for that is simply because I just don't think I'm good enough to be able to make a full tutorial video for the straddle planche. And the reason for that is simply because my max hold on like a good day is like 6-7 seconds, maybe my max, and I am currently working on trying to increase the hold time, trying to get a good press, and also trying to learn the push up as well. But what I am going to do is talk about two things that helped me reach a decent straddle planche from an advanced tuck. The reason I've decided to make this kind of progression is that I feel like the hardest parts in the planche is either from the tuck to advanced tuck or from advanced tuck to straddle. However, I feel like the gap between advanced tuck and straddle is much bigger and much more difficult compared to from tuck to advanced tuck, which is why I'm making this video, and I hope some people can get a good understanding on how to progress from advanced tuck to straddle. And this is just the tips that I used. And this is not necessarily the best way, the most effective way, but I am hoping that some people will get some benefit from it. Alright, so the first way in which I got a straddle planche from advanced tuck is actually using an intermediate level progression. What I mean by that is by doing a kind of frog slash straddle slash frog half lay type of move. It'll be on screen for you right now, hopefully, if I remember to edit it in. But the idea is that you kind of go into a half lay, but your legs are in a straddle position. And I find this to be a lot easier than the actual straddle position, just like the regular half lay is much easier than the full. And I found that by simply training this, I've managed to increase my hold time for the straddle. And I just honestly prefer the advanced tuck, or the half lay straddle to an actual straddle, at least at the moment for me. I'm just going to try film this, but the idea is that you try and get into a kind of frog position and just kind of move your legs out into a half lay position, and it looks a little something like this. Alright. I feel like this kind of progression is really good for trying to bridge the gap between advanced tuck and straddle, and I've managed to so far build up to about a 10-second hold on it, which has actually got my straddle like an extra 2 seconds, which is great. That's the first exercise that I've used. Alright, so the second exercise is, drum roll please, resistance bands. If you don't know what resistance bands are, these are resistance bands here. You can usually get them in like a pack or a bag of them a set, and you've got thinner ones like this red one here, and you've also got slightly thicker ones like this black one here, and you can even get even thicker ones as well. But I found that resistance bands have been extremely helpful in getting my straddle planche, as it allows me to get into the position and also mimic it as well. And by using a thicker band, it also allows me to train it more for volume, especially if I'm training towards the end of my planche session. I want to train the straddle, but I simply don't have the energy, and a resistance band will allow me to be able to practice the move and also just get a good feel of it. One thing I don't like about resistance bands is that people can get too used to them. And what I mean by that is people would just simply only use resistance bands for the entire session, thinking that it's a good idea, which it is partly a good idea, But the reason I don't like resistance bands is that when you're using a band, even though it's taking off weight from you, because it's taking off weight from you, it means that you don't have to lean as far forward, therefore removing that whole lean idea from the planche. And so when you take the band off, yes, you might be able to do it, but you're simply just not going to be used to really leaning forward. And this is one thing that has put me off from using it at the start anyway. However, if you are going to use them, I recommend it being something you use towards the end of your workouts, as it'll allow you to get more volume in, using a thicker band as well. I just feel like it's more fun to learn combos, to just practice push-ups, presses. I myself, I'm currently using it to learn the straddle planche push-up and the straddle planche press. I'm basically just using it, blasting out pure volume with it at the moment, just so I can get used to the movement. And I'll probably show some clips on screen of me using bands right now. And if you are going to use bands, make sure that they are around your waistline here and not around your feet. The reason for this is that if you use your feet, if the band is around your feet, it changes the biomechanics of the planche and means that you don't have to lean forward as much, meaning that there is not as much stress on your shoulders. And so therefore it is simply best to use it, and this also goes for the front lever as well, but using it roughly around your waist here, where the band is resting roughly around your belly button, and I found this to be the most effective. As well as this, make sure that the band is directly, or you yourself, you are directly below the band when you're leaning forward. This means that the band is not going to be pulling you up if you're leaning too far forward. But yeah, those are just two things I've been using so far to help me with my planche. And if you guys want me to go into even more detail on it, I will be happy to make another video on it, but I'm just making a quick short video for this as of right now, since I'm not training. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video and you like this kind of style of videos, just let me know and I will be happy to produce more. Alright, peace.